Hey guys, George McCann here with a semi-late night video session. I wanted to talk a little bit about James Dean, and he died in September, and I wanted to talk a little bit about him, and I wanted to get some people's feedback. James Dean did 3 major films before he passed away. Giant was one of them, which he was nominated for an Oscar, and he did Rebel Without a Cause, which he's probably most famous for, and was not nominated for an Oscar. And he did East of Eden, which he was also nominated for an Oscar. Now, people always beg the question when someone dies so young, what would they have been, what could they have been? And that's really what I want people's feedback on. But the main thing I want to talk about are the 3 films that James Dean did do. They were all based on books, I believe. I believe Rebel Without a Cause was based on a book as well, if I'm not mistaken. I know Giant was, and East of Eden definitely was. It's one of my favorite books. Let's start with East of Eden. The film East of Eden tore that book apart. I mean, tore it to shreds, took out little bits and pieces, and put it into the film. And so it was a good movie, but it wasn't a great movie. And I feel like it wasn't an Oscar-worthy performance from James Dean. So it was interesting that he was nominated for an Oscar for that film, for which, I thought he gave a much greater performance in Rebel Without a Cause, which he was not nominated for an Oscar for, and it was definitely his most memorable performance, and also his most iconic. I mean, it's Rebel Without a Cause. When you think of Rebel Without a Cause, you think of that jacket and, smoking a cigarette and that era. And James Dean was such a big icon. He was, boom, it's James Dean. He's on a poster, he's on a picture, he's, in a magazine. The question is, was it ever really about James Dean as an actor, or was it about James Dean as this sex symbol, this male Marilyn Monroe type person? So, watch Giant, watch Rebel Without a Cause, and watch East of Eden, and give me your feedback. Tell me what you think of the 3 films. Tell me which ones you thought was the best. In my opinion, Rebel Without a Cause is his best film, and the one he was least recognized for. He was nominated for Academy Awards after death for both Giant and for East of Eden, and he wasn't recognized by the Academy at all for Rebel Without a Cause. So, yeah, take a look into those things. I mean, the question still begs, what would have happened had he not died in that car wreck? And a little bit of trivia, he got a speeding ticket 2 hours before he died in that car wreck. So, yeah, just some interesting stuff on James Dean. I'll be putting up more videos, everything movies, so keep tuning in, please, and it's great talking with movie people. Alright.